Welcome back to Crazy Dave's Crew. I'm Laura, and you're watching a Christmas special. So if you haven't figured it out yet, we're focusing on Germany this year and trying to get a little bit more in depth with some of the traditions. So it is Sunday, December 6th. It's the second Sunday on our way to Christmas. So you'll notice I have lit the first candle from last week, and I've lit the second one. So we're all ready for our Advent with the Advent wreath. And this is another one. I've made this one up. I just had so much fun that I made this one. I've got white and red poinsettias with some greenery that I'd gotten from Dollar Tree, and this is just, I'm having a lot of fun with this. So Advent wreath is handled. But as I was doing some research, I came across some really interesting things. Believing most of this is a Catholic tradition because they do saint days. But did you know that last night St. Nicholas was supposed to visit? And all the kids are supposed to leave their shoes cleaned somewhere in the house, and it depends on what you read. Sometimes it's by the fireplace, sometimes it's by the door. And then this morning they would have discovered that St. Nicholas left them some treats, some chocolates, some fruits, some nuts, and maybe little presents. St. Nicholas is based on a man named Nicholas who was born in what today we would call Turkey. He came from an affluent family, but his parents died. One source said it was from the plague, and he, following the tradition of Christ, he had all his money, he gave it away. So he was known for being very benevolent, especially towards women and children and the poor. He is known as the patron saint of children. I believe he's also the patron saint of sailors. So if you go to Greece, for example, you'll see him, he's wet with seaweed and things, which I thought was interesting. But in Germany, he is wearing the bishop's mitre hat, and he's carrying a shepherd's crook, and he's carrying a book, so he can check and double-check the list to see if the children were bad or good. So he's got that list. One source that I read said that today would be the day to make, don't laugh too hard here, Stutenkerl. Stutenkerl. How'd I do on that, y'all? Did I do okay? It's a kind of cake, but it's shaped, supposedly, like St. Nicholas. So you would, make your dough, and then you would shape it and decorate it with raisins for the buttons and the eyes, and then there would be some kind of a pipe for him. I'm assuming that would be marzipan or something as a decoration. Interesting little custom. Now, sometimes, from what I've read, St. Nicholas is also accompanied by a not-so-nice person. Sometimes he's called Black Peter. And the black is just because he's dirty. He's working in the chimneys, covered with soot. Black because he's evil. He's like a devil. Kind of like Krampus. And he would leave switches instead of candies and goodies. Now, one thing I did like about the whole St. Nicholas thing, and I may have to try this, is that the kids had to clean their rooms. They had to clean their rooms, clean their toys, clean their shoes, and then leave the shoes at a designated place before St. Nicholas would give them treats. I think I like that part of it. Now, why don't we overall honor St. Nicholas? Well, you can blame Martin Luther for that one. He was so opposed to the Catholic Church with buying indulgences and worshiping the saints that he wanted everything to focus more on Christ. So through him, they got the Christkind, or the Christkrindl, which would be a girl with, curly blonde hair, wearing white robes, and that's kind of, she gives away gifts, a lot of charity work. And what I thought also was interesting about St. Nicholas is that December 6th is the day he entered heaven, thereby his first time of becoming the saint. His death was a normal one. I said they did not make him a saint because of the way he died. He was not martyred. It was the way he lived, and that he lived so much like Christ in the charity and the love and the giving, that he had a life that was to be copied, to be emulated. Now, our version of Santa Claus really matches up a lot with the St. Nicholas story, because how he first became associated with gift giving was because in Turkey there was a man, had no money, the house was falling apart, and he had 3 daughters. And in that day, in order for a girl to get married, she had to bring a dowry. She had to, provide some money to the future son-in-law, and he couldn't afford it, so his daughters were doomed to spinsterhood. St. Nicholas supposedly heard the troubles, and at night, in the cover of dark, he went and put a bag of gold through the window. Some stories say he put 3 bags of gold. Some say it was 1 bag over 3 nights, 1 for each daughter. It was 1 large bag with enough for all 3 daughters. I think the details don't matter. I think what's important is that he heard of somebody struggling, and he gave. So he was a bishop in the Catholic Church. Apparently got to be an old man, lived a good life, died naturally, and spent his life giving and spreading love to those who were in need. It's a nice story. My favorite part, though, is the whole cleaning up the room thing. Got to remember that one. So you'll see we've got a few other things to represent Germany, and we'll be talking about all of those. But in the meantime, I hope you all are having a wonderful day. I hope you have enjoyed this little bit of information as I rambled about St. Nicholas and Black Peter and the Stuten Carol. And I just think it's fascinating how these traditions become, and then how they change, and how they get adopted, and sometimes we don't remember why they're there. We just know we do them. So the whole evolution of us as a society, if you're wanting to study sociology, you're looking at how groups, the dynamics of groups and how they interact, how they make explanations, how they reason. I think nothing better is than to look at their Christmas traditions. For us in America, Protestant, we don't do the St. Nicholas. We just do Santa Claus. We don't do the Christkind. We do Santa Claus on December 24th. Germany, basically, from what I can gather, spans from the 1st of December all the way into January, to the day of Epiphany, of them celebrating and getting together with family. They make it a month-long celebration. So my question to you, how'd I do? How was my research? Did I get it right? Did I get close? Did I get something totally wrong? What do you do if you are of German descent or Catholic? Do you celebrate St. Nicholas Day? Have you ever made a Stutenkurl? Are you able to get your kids to clean their rooms and their toys and their shoes? That's definitely what I want to find out about. I hope you've enjoyed this short little video, and I hope you'll come back again as we explore some more of Christmas traditions from Germany. I've got a lot of baking to do and a lot of decorating, and I'm looking forward to every bit of it. I hope you are too. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget to send us pictures if you have celebrated with an Advent wreath or any of the other traditional German decorations. Send us pictures. You can find us at Facebook under Crazy Dave's Crew. We're also on the internet at cdcrew.com. We'd love to see pictures, and I would love to hear your comments about your German Christmas holiday traditions. And we'll see you next time right here on Crazy Dave's Crew. Thanks for watching.